My name is Gopal Kandir. My track is Flight Performance and Propulsion, also known as FPP. Yes, Flight Performance and Propulsion was my first choice track, and I'm pretty happy that I got it. When we had to select our master's tracks in the bachelor, in the third year of the bachelor, there was a master event where professors from each of the tracks came, explained a bit about what the track does and what each track involves. And I just watched these videos, and then I watched more testimonials from older years, and then I decided that I wanted to do FPP. I chose FPP because it's a nice combination of a lot of different tracks. You get aerodynamics, you get structures, you get systems design, you get a lot of design thinking as well. So I think it's a nice overarching track, and that's kind of what I wanted, especially with the propulsion element as well. I think the best description of FPP is probably that it's a combination of a lot of different topics. You get, as I mentioned, you get aerodynamics, you get structures, you get propulsion, you get design tools, and you get to do a lot of these things in a very applied sense. So I think it's a very practical track. I think we do have some theoretical background, but maybe not as much as, for example, aerodynamics, where a lot of the focus is on mathematics and the fundamentals of flows. This is really how you apply these techniques for aircraft design or for propulsion design in general. It did. I was expecting a track that had a lot of breadth as well, and I was satisfied with the amount of breadth. I think it gives you very nice options to specialize in further, especially with your electives. You can choose a lot of different things, and you can go in a lot of different directions with those. So I was very happy with how I experienced my master so far. So within FPP, there's the propulsion side, and then there's the flight performance side, and that's the first level of division. You can decide whether you want to focus on aircraft design or propulsion systems. But even within both, you can take a lot of courses from across profiles, so you can specialize in both. But you can use your electives. For example, I took electives in wind energy and airport planning, but also in turbo machinery for mechanical engineering. So there's a lot of different options. Well, in the track, you've got two different types of practical work. I think on the combustion side of the track, you have a lot of experimental work, and the combustion course integrates a lab exercise for all students. On the flight performance side, there's a lot of practical work, a lot of project-based work, so you're always working with the application. That may not necessarily be a tangible product, but you are working, for example, for a customer. So I worked with a civil engineering company in the knowledge-based engineering course to develop a bridge sizing tool. And so you have two different types of practical work. It may not always be a traditional lab like you'd find in other tracks, but you are always working on something that's real world. I really liked aero engine technology in the first semester of my first year. I thought it was a nice combination of theory about aircraft engines and also practical assignments where you build your own code and your own programs to solve a lot of problems that are still very real when it comes to aircraft engine design. I think I struggled a bit with aeroelasticity in my first year. I think it's because for me structures is not my favorite field in aerospace, and when you combine structures and aerodynamics you get a very conceptually challenging course, but it is still quite interesting to tackle those problems. You really have to sit and think about things. I thought the first year was quite intense. It's quite different to the bachelor's. There's a lot more emphasis on project work and individual study. But I think overall the challenge was quite nice. It was very nice to be left alone a little bit more to really tackle your own problems. It gives you more space to really specialize in what you want to. You can look at problems that you want to. So I think while there is a challenge, it is definitely a learning opportunity, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. I think so far the second year I've been quite busy with my thesis, and I think again that's quite different to your first year. So I think it's much more independent. There's a lot less guidance. There are expectations of you as a student and what you do, but in general you have a lot of freedom to decide the direction you take your thesis in and how you want to do that, which I like quite a lot because it gives you a lot more freedom. I think what's really good about FPP in that sense is that we do integrate a little bit of every different track. So if you like aerodynamics, but you also like structures and you also like propulsion, I think FPP is really the place because you can take courses from across these tracks. You can do your thesis in a combined direction. We have a lot of collaboration, especially with aerodynamics. So I think the biggest thing is we offer a lot of opportunities to try different things across different disciplines, which you may not always find in other tracks.